Right, what's up, guys? Who have we got today?
Callum, Partridge.
Callum, what did you do, bro?
Topped the 3v3 on day 0 of Nats with these two. Cam.
Legends. You see them again.
Played SwordSoul, so get to the profile. 3 Moye,
Okay.
3 Longyon,
Yep.
standard, 1 Tae.
Yep.
I don't think you need 2 of this. Reason being, at the moment particularly, I've built this to really build token collector. I don't think you need the space, basically. I'd rather play an extra 10 over this. It came up a couple of times over the weekend where I'd like the second. I still think I'd play one. One was fine. Yeah, not too much to say on that. 2 Ecclesia. I think that the 3 Moye and the 1 Tae is perfect in order of normal summons. Don't want too many. Again, because the token collector is just like a hard L. Then 10 1 Shtana, still on this card, mainly because we play Circle. 2 Adhara, 3 Ashuna, and 3 Vishuda. I think that's pretty standard. Like I said, want to max out on these just because they're your best way to play around token collector.
Okay.
And also, they're just really good to play into Nib, play around hand traps, break boards. These are the best cards in the deck, to be honest, the 10 So, yeah, we want to see as many of these as possible. So we're basically maxed out on them. Then hand traps, 2 Effect Veiler. We go on 3 Ash and then 3 Droll also. This is a little bit different, I guess. It was really good, especially in the 3v3. It was absolutely fantastic. Resolved this all day in the 3v3. Pretty much every time this resolved, won the game. Beat Flunder with it. Took games off AI with it. Basically everything in this meta other than SwordSoul. This card is fantastic, and I already really like the mirror. I think I'm quite good at the mirror. I don't tend to lose it too much, so I don't mind having a slightly weaker hand trap into the mirror. Then spells, 2 Desires. Spot Greed, it's crazy. I'd play 3 if I could. A lot of the time this clashed a little bit, coming up with the 1 Tae, the 2 Shatana. The 1 Shatana, but you kind of expect that. You can pretty much always play around it. It was really good in 3v3. Every time it resolves, you basically win, to be honest, especially with full combo. 3 of this, obviously, searches your deck. 3 Vessel, I'm maxed out on this because, again, like I said earlier, I want to see those 10 It's one of your best token collector kind of workarounds going first, games 2 and 3. I'm always leaving this in. I want to see a 10 in this pretty much every hand, because those are your strongest hands. I'm also playing 2 Circle. Couldn't max out on this because I didn't have the room. I think it's the second best kind of extender, I guess you'd call it, like to play around hand traps. This isn't as good as Vessel, but it's better into like Imperm, Veiler, things like that. That's why we still on Shatana as well, so we can search that and then obviously play around things like Imperm. And then the one-off call by. Ban this card, it's stupid. Every time it resolves, like I said, you're probably going to win. And then the traps, 1 Blackout, 3 Imperm, standard.
Okay.
Extra deck. Nothing too spicy in here. Shout out the guy on the trade group who made my pretty tokens. You know, gotta get those in there. And then the extra deck, I'll move this out of the way. So again, very standard. We're gonna play 2 Monk. I'd like to play 3. If I could take this back, I probably would play 3. And I'd cut something. Shaman, so your Link Monster. Then your Sword Souls, 1 Changing, 1 Longyon. This card's absolutely ridiculous. I'm still trying to make this whenever I can, even though there's a bit more nib in the meta. It's just broken. It's like 2 interactions in 1. It's really hard for Despia to deal with, for example. Shits on the Brave Engine, which is crazy good. 2 Shijao. Second one comes up, it's just, you need it. Then extra stuff on top of that. Baron. This card's still crazy. A lot of the times this weekend I was making this going first, if I could. Just play around Nib. It's just broken for that because that's a bit more popular now. Draco Berserker helps you OTK a lot. You need this to play around Token Collector because your first 2 10 can go into this before your normal summon. So just worth that with this. Dragoite, fantastic all weekend. Really good in simplified game states against Despia. If I can make this card and they've not got a lot, usually that's going to be game. Double Axia, I'm always playing 2 of this, probably one of the best synchros in the deck. Just being able to spin stuff is really, really good. Yazi comes up, Chao Feng to play around Nib, and the only kind of spicy thing is Psychic End. I wasn't actually going to play this, Cam told me I should, so I did. It came up, I think, 3 times over the weekend, at least 1 of which was in the 3v3. Where in the main, for example, there was twice. The best one I can think of was into Flunder, OTK'd, and then also into an Eldritch Inspector border player. Making this managed to give me an out to actually kind of play through what was left of his board. But if it wasn't for this, I wasn't winning either of those games. So this has actually won me 2 games. Really good. I'd recommend trying this. It usually comes up when you've got like a token plus Vishuda or a Shuna from hand. Yeah, it's crazy good. Card's broken. It's got like a million effects. Play it. Then side deck. If I move all this other way. We're on 3 Chalice. This is obviously your best card to play around Token Collector. We're always holding this if we can. Sliding this in, going first and second, pretty much always. I'm maybe not in the mirror, but that's about it. 3D barrier, gotta play this card. Best 2 decks in the meta, absolutely lose to it. Yeah, this card was crazy. It always will be. Kind of standard, Rev Reboot. Harpies, 2 one-offs, we're always playing these. Again, this is coming in every time we go second, just to try out the D barrier. Then we're playing 2 droplets, also just as another, basically 4th and 5th copies of Chalice. Like I said, we want to see Chalice as much as we can. We're basically using this as just more copies. I'm holding this as much as I can to deal with the Token Collector, because that's all we're really worried about. Our engine plays through boards. Then double twin, mainly for Flunder. I'd like to play 3 of this, just didn't have the room. And it made sense as side-in patterns to play 2 of this. It was really good. I'd much rather play this over like Cosmic, MST, any other option. I saw Lightning Storm, still much rather play this. This was better. There were a couple of spots where if this was Storm, I wouldn't have won because it was this, 1 games. And then the only thing that was like a little bit different is 3 Mine.
The best card.
This card was fantastic.
The fun card?
If you can resolve this, obviously you win. It came up in the 3v3, I think, on our last win, so we lost in finals, but the round before that I made it stick in a SwordSoul mirror where the guy ended on, I think, 3 synchros but no Baron, so just activated this. That was it. Just passed, no out.
Full combo.
Won the game 3 just because of that 1 card. So yeah, this card's crazy.
Best card, guys. Best card.
Right, so Callum, what deck do you think is going to win?
I think a Gas Builder Despia is going to win. I think it's the best deck. I think if Token Collector wasn't in the format, this would be. Despia is like equally as powerful, I'd say, but it only loses to D barrier instead of losing to both. So it just loses to a little bit less. I think it was probably the best call. So yeah, go for that.
Cool. Alright, solid. And you got any shout outs, bro?
Shout out to the boys, the 3v3 teammates.
Boys again, seeing a lot of these guys, aren't we?
Very good locals, best locals in the country.
Definitely.
Get slapped there every week. Yeah. Other than that, all good.
Alright, awesome. We'll see you soon, bro. Thanks, guys.